Carol Manson, let me tell you something about this woman because it's so varied, the things that she does. You know, I could just say, oh, she's an accomplished performer, and that would pale in comparison to what she really does. She's a jazz, inspirational, and new thought gospel music vocalist. And that's a lot right there. It says a lot. Who plays and prays with passion, conviction, and a whole lot of fun. She sings jazz and inspirational music all over California and faraway places. Faraway places. She's recorded 2 CDs. One of them is called All Is Well, and the second one is called Child's Heart. She's also a licensed social worker, an advocate for foster children, and a former director of legislation for several California state agencies. And also, Carol also makes the very best jam around. It was, yes, it was Gone Like, I think Gone Like That. She won first place ribbon in the county fair in 2015. Yeah, but she also in addition to that, she makes handcrafted soaps, you know, and she calls her soaps Simon Suds. Get it? And you're like, Simon's. Oh, okay. But all joking aside, you know, some of her proceeds go to help support musicians, live musicians that need it. So her heart is filled with giving back. You know, she just, and the more she gives, obviously, Spirit keeps giving her more and more. And so, what else can I say? But Carol Manson, accompanied by none other than Russell Brown, you know. So, what else can I say?
It is. That's a new title, Jazzy Jams.
Jazzy Jams.
I'm trying to share and show you how I was looking around at my office at the California Department of Aging when my music journey slapped me upside the head. I was doing like this. You see, I had a fairly large office. It's nice too. And I had a window that looked out to the other offices. And I used to love to work between, say, 5 p.m. and 7, 8 o'clock at night. I was running up with Capitol 3 and 4 times a day, testifying, working with members and legislators. But I used to just love to come into the office after the phone stopped ringing and the staff stopped knocking on the door, and I would do my best work then. So I was there working one evening, and after I finished about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, I looked out that window. I distinctly remember this, and I said, just like I just showed you, like I did it. And I said, I think I'll go home now. I'm finished. My work is done. And I'm clear about what I need to do for the next day, and I'm finished. It's kind of funny now after I really wasn't finished, but I thought I was finished at the time. I was finished with that at the time. My look and the feeling that I had reminds me of something I heard, a story that I heard from Yama Van Sant, my sister friend, author and storyteller and inspirational coach. She told a story one time, you might have even heard it, where she took her grandson to the optometrist. He needed an eye checkup. And she happened to go at a time where there's a twofer. Now, everybody like a twofer. Y'all know you like a twofer. 2 for 1. You get one, and then you get one for pay for one, you get one for free. So after he got his exam, the optometrist said, you can have one that's free. She said, oh, child, I don't need no exam. I have never worn glasses, and I can see fine, thank you very much. She said, it's 2 for 1. She said, oh, okay, for free, okay. All right, well then I think I'll go on and do it because, no skin off my back. After the exam, the optometrist said, you need glasses. And she said, I need glasses? I don't think so, because like I told you, I have never worn glasses and I see just fine. And after a small discussion with the optometrist about her need for glasses, she said, let me tell you something about the eye. Your eyes will adjust to the level of deficiency present. Your eyes will adjust to the level of deficiency present. Meaning that we adjust our expectations and desires to what we tell ourselves about what's going on, but not what is really going on. I'm looking out the window. I'm thinking I'm seeing what I'm seeing, but what I'm seeing is not what's really going on. My name is Carol Williams Manson. I'm the oldest of 3 girls. My brother is actually the oldest one of us, all of us, but he is a boy, and that means he's the king, and child, that's a whole different story. I ain't even gonna tell that story today. But I want you to know, as the oldest of 3 girls, with a mother working and a father working, I was raised to take care of everything and everybody. I'm the product of a strong-willed mother and a loving but very silent father. As a perfectionist, I was all over the place. I was taking care of everybody's business. And I was taking care of people's business that didn't want their business taken care of. I was in that too. I was good at perfecting my surroundings. I think I've digressed a little bit. But let's get back to the first part of the story of me looking out this window. Because I told you, all was well in my limited vision of what I saw at the time. I went home. The next day, I could not lift my head from the pillow. Do you think it stopped me? Hell no. I'm going to make this happen. I'm getting up, you see, because I am a pumps and power suit kind of woman. I am the director of legislation, and I'm going to get this going on. You hear me? Yes. So, oh, it's funny to me now, but I mean, like, this is not, what is going on? No, this cannot happen. I took my blood pressure. It was sky high. What was going on? The blood pressure cuff was something wrong with it. I did have the foresight, however, to stop by Kaiser on my way to work with the pumps and the power suit on. I was looking good, y'all. I ain't lying to you. I swear to God. I had it going on. Y'all know you like women, you know how to pump, so you gotta do it. Do the whole thing. I walked up in here, I'm commanding the emergency hospital section. I'm like, okay, get it going on, give me something, put shot, whatever you need to do, just go. Because I got things to do. And they said, I don't think so. And I said, I think so. And they said, no. And this went on and on and on all day long, and even overnight. And that began a journey of me staying in the hospital at least 12 different times. I had a ton of medication, MRIs, x-rays, body scans, biofeedback, counseling, spinal taps, 1, 2, 3s, ABCs, you name it, I had it. They couldn't find anything wrong with me. I said they couldn't find anything wrong with me. Like they're gonna find something wrong with me, like I don't know myself. That's how funny it is to me now. But at the time I'm like, what's wrong with me? I'm not looking within, I'm going, y'all tell me what's wrong with me. It's funny to me now. I was off work 7 months. 7 long months. I was fighting. I wasn't listening to nobody. I was like, I'm gonna make this happen. And all through it, I gave it a good fight. But at the end of the day, when I got tired of fighting, is when the miracles start flowing. And like I told you, I'm a strong sister. So, I mean, I got the knock, and then the hit, and then the stick, and then I got the brick, and all that upside my head, and I still was fighting. And then, in the silence one day, I actually used the principles and tools that I had learned since 1981 when I was a parishioner in my church. I surrendered. And in the silence, don't give me that note. In the silence. There we go. In the silence, there is peace. In the silence, there is unspoken joy. In the silence, there's release. In a world full of chaos and noise, so I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that can never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. In the silence, there's peace. In the silence, there is unspoken joy. Yeah. In the silence, there's release. In a world full of chaos and noise, so I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that can never be said. And right here in this holy presence, I find God. I find God. I find myself. Thank you. So after I made that discovery, that surrender, that letting go, I asked myself these questions. I asked to find presence, these questions. Oh, where, Heavenly Universe, do you want me to go? What do you want me to do? And what do you want me to say? At the time, I said say, but now I say, what do you want me to sing? I went back to work, and all my running around with the pumps and the power suits and all that, because I had it going on, like I told you, there was no fire in my belly at all. I used to go, and I'd go to the Capitol 15 times a day, and everybody ready to go? Boom, we go. After I knew I had a new direction, but I'm not sure what it is yet, I would send everybody else and tell them to tell me what happened. Let me know, keep me posted. That was highly not the style that I had, because I had to be in the mix, I had to be in everything. After I opened up and let everything go, a memo came across my desk, and it was, if you've been with the state umpty-ump years, I've been umpty-ump years, and you were governor's appointee, and you stood on your head, and you wore purple shoes. There was a bunch of little different caveats. About 5 of us were qualified. You could leave, but you had to do it by the end of the year. And we're talking after Thanksgiving now. Chestnuts getting ready to roast on the open fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, without hesitation, because I had said yes, I said, okay, great, and signed the paper. And boom, they threw a little luncheon, child. I was out. What it was? I ain't even thinking about retiring. I'm like, okay. I was relieved, I was in joy, I was dreading it, I was fearful, I was lonely, I was elated, I was broken, but most of all, I was lost. Because I don't know what to do with nothing to do. I really don't. I have to start making some stuff up now, because I really don't have nothing to do. And then I said, I got to get ready. I don't know what's coming, but I got to get ready. I started singing this song to myself, y'all. Oh, Carol, get ready. There's a train coming, y'all. You don't need no baggage. You just get on board now. All you need is faith to hear those diesels running now. You don't need no ticket. You just thank the Lord. So Carol, get ready for the train the Jordan is picking up passengers from coast to coast. Faith is the key. Open the doors and board 'em. You don't need no ticket. You just thank the Lord. You don't need no ticket. I didn't even need a ticket. What up? I got something free for real. You just thank the Lord. Woo! I don't need a ticket or nothing. This is deep. Okay, so, wow. I still don't know where I'm going. Woo! But I'm on a good ride. I'm gonna ride till the wheels fall off. Okay. I'm scared and I'm gonna enjoy. Sitting in church about a month later, and the call came out from the podium. We need volunteers to sing in the choir. Now I know they done said this a million different times. I never heard it said though. I ain't never heard him say this. But I know they said it. I thought, you talking to me? That's exactly how it came to me that particular day. I hadn't sang in high school, since high school, which was 40 years ago. But I think they're talking to me. I had been a parishioner at that church for 25 years, and I never had heard the call. Now, I played the piano and violin as a child, so I knew how to read music a little bit. But something in that call told me to run toward this opportunity. And I asked the universe again, what do you want me to do? And of course, the answer was yes. And I ran toward it. I said, I was at the rehearsal the next Saturday. When I got there, the first thing I told the choir director was, now I want you to know I can't sing. I want you to be clear about this, right? Well, you look at me like, what are you doing here then, you know? But I continued on. I said, but I do know music and I'll sit in the back row and support the group. So I sat in the back row and I supported the group. Now they told me there were some rules. I wasn't gonna survive these rules. I already knew when she started running the rules down. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be here about 2 weeks and I'm out of here, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you're supposed to sing at the rehearsal 3 times and then you can join the choir. We'll know how committed you are. And then we have a huge music book. You gotta get familiar with this. Now I'm talking about these rings as big as my head, you know? And I'm looking at this book, I'm going, oh, snap, no. After that rehearsal, which is number 1, they said, we need people, particularly altos, to sing tomorrow. Oh, well, I can't sing because I haven't been here 3 times. They said, that's all right. Did she just tell me it was a rule? Okay. And not even being fearful of it, because like I told you, I hadn't done it before, I showed up the next day. And these stinking rules don't apply to nothing when it's your appointment to do this work, okay? The stinking rules didn't go on out the window. I sat there and I tried to hold my voice back because I can't sing, you know what I mean? I can't sing, I'm on the back row. And the minister, I had never heard the minister say this. He said, I see we have some new choir members, would you stand up? I said, what the hell is going on in here? So I stood up. Now I think I was the only one to stand up. But I wasn't sure because it's getting crazy up in here now. So when I stood up, it was an overcast day, all day. the skylight down the aisle, the sun. As soon as I stood up, everybody said, yay, and this light came up. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm in trouble now. I'm like, oh, the light, and it just boom. Oh, okay. And I sat back down. I said, I think I'm supposed to be here. I think I'm supposed to be in the choir. I sang, and I kept singing, and the more I sang, the little voice that I thought was being hidden was coming out. I didn't really hear it. I was just singing, child, on the back row. I was singing. I was enjoying myself. I was also healing myself. So the choir director says, we need somebody to sing a small solo within this choir song. And I'm down here looking at the music. I ain't paying attention to what she's saying. And everybody in the alto section said, let Carol sing it. Now I'm in the back row, so they had to go, woo, like that, you know. And I go, oh, wait a minute. Now I told y'all I don't sing nothing. But they had heard my voice. And they said, Carol can do it. And I said, oh, they think I can do this. Okay. So I sang that song. And then I sang another song. And I kept singing a couple of different songs. And I was on a roll then, child. I was like, okay. All right, I'm in there. The beautiful thing about it is, as the more I sang, my blood pressure and migraines dropped to the ground. But I still think I had everybody snookered. I'm thinking, okay, they gave me 4 or 5 little songs to sing. I got them songs, but that don't mean I'm a singer or nothing. That just means I know those songs. I'm laughing, y'all, having myself a good old time. Every time they sing, I said, ooh, I sang that. And they would give me these CDs, audio CDs, up from the service that I sang. And I was throwing them in the back seat of the car. I had a whole big old stack of them on the back seat of the car. One day, about a year and a half, 2 years later, I put one of those CDs in on the way back from a service. And I heard myself sing. And I cried. Because then I really got that this was the work I was supposed to do. It wasn't my voice. It wasn't me. I'm like, who is this? It was the Holy Spirit working through me and using me as a vessel. So now it is my prayer to be a vessel for good, so others can hear that still small voice within themselves through my music. Singing is my ministry, and I am so grateful. I sing and pray with passion, conviction, and a whole lot of fun. And I now know that I'm Carol Manson, music that changes things, and I am so grateful.
I've got so much to thank God for, so many wonderful blessings, and so many open doors. A brand new so we can be in the Okay. I've got so much to thank God for. That's so much better, so sweet. So many wonderful blessings and so many open doors, a brand new mercy along with each new day. And that's why I praise you. And for this I give you praise for waking me up this morning, for sending me on my way, for letting me see the sunshine of a brand new day, a brand new mercy you give to me each day. And that's why I praise you, and for this I give you praise. You're Jehovah Jireh, hey, you've been my provider. You see, so many times you've met my needs, and so many times you set me free, and I want to thank you for the blessings you give to me each day. And that's why I praise you, and for this I give you praise. For every mountain, hey, you brought me over. Thank you. For every trial, you see me through. For every blessing, hallelujah. For this I give you praise. For every mountain, Lord, you brought me over and over and over again. For every trial, you see me through. I want to thank you for your sweet blessings. For this I give you praise. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my story.